Hey guys, Hellhound, and it's probably about time that I review The Omen from 1976. It's a great horror film. One of my favorite 70s horrors, along with, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, The Exorcist, Carrie. Definitely one of the best ones. Directed by Richard Donner. Um, yeah, a very good movie. I've been meaning to review this for quite some time, so let's go ahead and get to it. All right, here's my review. I wrote it down here. Okay, The Omen. Let's see. I liked this movie. It was good. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for watching my review, and until next time. No, just kidding. Uh, no, yeah, this is an excellent movie. I consider it a masterpiece. It's one of my favorite horror films. You know, very dark, very evil, very serious. Very 70s. Now, it concerns a couple, the Thorns. Robert Thorne, played by Gregory Peck, who's one of my favorite actors of all time. He was awesome in To Kill a Mockingbird, and he's always great. Very solid actor. He's an ambassador. He's a U.S. ambassador and diplomat, and him and his wife Catherine have pretty much everything they could want, except they want children. They want to start a family. And so when their child is stillborn at the hospital, they a priest recommends that they adopt another child, which was the mother died at birth, and so they try to switch out the baby so that way they can have a child. This child will have a family, win-win situation. So Robert Thorne, again played by Gregory Peck, the father, he agrees to this without telling his wife Catherine, and they adopt little Damien, who I think they show some scenes of Damien as a baby and as a toddler growing up. I think he's maybe 5 or 6 years old in the movie. I should have watched this before I before I reviewed it, but yeah, I don't know. He might be a little older. He's pretty young, and the character Damien himself, played by Harvey Stevens, I think is his name, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Harvey Stevens or something like that. Yeah, little Damien doesn't really have much to do in the movie. He's just kind of a presence and a plot device. He doesn't really have any lines. He doesn't have much dialogue or anything. But basically, well, he's the Antichrist, obviously. I mean, come on, I think we all knew that was coming. And there are Satanists out to help make the prophecy come true that he's going to take over and do and bring about the end of the world and whatnot, and I guess prevent the second coming of Christ. And so it's explained further in the sequels, but I'm just talking about the first one right now. I remember the sequels even less than I do this one. Again, I probably should have watched it first, but I really wanted to review it, and I'm kind of going by memory, but I remember enough of it to do justice. So yeah, some Satanists like the nanny, Mrs. Baylock, who's evil, and she wants to help. She wants to prevent anything from happening to Damien, so he can carry out the Antichrist's agenda. There's a few others. There's this evil pack of black dogs. They're constantly around. Robert Thorne and his wife start noticing weird things. The pack of wild dogs, the previous nanny before Mrs. Baylock hanging herself, all kinds of weird stuff happening. A dark force that eliminates anybody who suspects the young child, anybody who's on to them and wants to put a stop to it. They die in various ways, kind of similar to what Final Destination, those movies did later on. Even with the photographs kind of give evidence. They tell how people are going to die. So yeah, there's the priest, Father Brennan, played by Patrick Troughton, who warns Robert of what his child really is, and also the photographer, played by David Warner, he's a good character actor. He's in a lot of movies. Both of them try to warn Robert. He doesn't believe it, that this little boy's evil and is going to bring about the end of mankind one day and whatnot. And he's the son of Satan. Blah blah blah. He doesn't seem to believe it, so weird, more and more weird things start happening, the mysterious deaths, and then they actually go to the cemetery at one point and uncover his child who again died at birth, was stillborn. He goes to the grave and digs up and finds the bones of a little baby, a little skeletal baby with the skull is crushed. So it turns out that his child was murdered at birth. Sorry if I'm giving this away, but I mean it's I gotta talk about the whole movie in order to do it justice. I gotta talk about my favorite parts. Then they uncover their child, their adopted child, Damien, the evil Antichrist child. They uncover his mother. It turns out it's the bones of a jackal. It's like an animal skeleton, which I thought that was the creepiest scene in the whole movie. That was just chilling. And then they get chased out of the cemetery by a pack of wild dogs. Robert Thorne and Keith, the photographer. That was an extremely scary scene. Very well done. Very eerie and ominous atmosphere. By far the highlight of the movie. When they first uncover the little skeletons, like, whoa. We're not expecting that, because for a while we were led to believe that they put some different bones there or something. But yeah, then Robert starts to see what's going on, and then the people who are helping him, warning him, start dying. Some awesome death scenes. A really cool beheading with a sheet of glass. Really awesome scene. Good effects on that too. And then a really cool impaling. Both are really well done. So some great death scenes. Some great eerie atmosphere. Some great cinematography, great acting from Gregory Peck and all those involved. And the kid Damien, he does a good job, even though he doesn't really have much to do. But to stand there and look menacing, pretty much. And then a really shocking ending too. Really surprising twist ending that you probably won't see coming. I won't give it away, but I know that they changed it from the original screenplay. They changed the ending. It was originally supposed to have a happier ending, but they said, screw that, we're going to make it a downer. And I'm glad they went with that ending, otherwise there wouldn't have been any sequels, which I'll get to in a minute. So yeah, for more info on that, look up the endings. I don't want to give away the original ending away either, because then you'll probably know what happens in the real ending. So I don't want to spoil that part, because it's one of the best parts of the movie aside from the graveyard scene. So yeah, great acting, great kills, just awesome evil characters. Miss Baylock, the evil deranged nanny, she's a great villain. Yeah, Damien's a really creepy kid. I consider it a masterpiece. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen. Everything's top notch, done very, very well. Richard Donner is a great director. He did Superman, The Goonies, some of my favorite movies. And yeah, he's, this is some of his best work as well. But yeah, the evil force. Yeah, it's not Damien killing the people who are suspecting him. It's not, it's not like the Children of the Corn, an evil child going around killing people. It's not like that. It's actually an evil force doing it. It's an unseen, invisible, demonic entity. It's just like because these events were meant to happen, and it's like a fate is doing it. It's similar, again, some of the Final Destination movies that came decades later. Yeah, Gregory Peck is an Academy Award winner for good reason, and Catherine, his wife, played by Lee Remick, she does a good job as well. Yeah, again, all solid acting all around. And I really felt for Robert Thorne, that character, the devastating events that transpire, the emotional, the stress that he goes through, the mourning, the guilt. He's basically got to kill his own child. The priest tells him that he's got to use those seven powerful swords. There's a name for him, it escapes me at the moment. But yeah, he's faced with a pretty difficult task, and he's really got to put himself to the test here. And it's cool because at one point they were just like the all-American couple. They had everything. They were successful and wealthy and everything. And then they're just put through hell. Quite literally. Yeah, The Omen's a great movie. Definitely check it out. Definitely one of my favorite 70s horrors. Very, very, very well done. You won't be disappointed. Very entertaining and very compelling and insightful as well. I think this movie will change your life. It's definitely one of those horror movies. Great suspense, great acting, great scares. A very shocking ending. Again, a very shocking, suspenseful scenes. Great deaths, great kills. Yeah, I've said it all already. I'm repeating myself now, but I can't reiterate enough that this is just a fantastic film. And it was followed by some sequels. Damien, Omen 2. This is a pretty good movie. Not quite as good as the original. But it's cool because Damien's a lot older. He's 13 years old this time. We actually get to know the character of Damien. And we kind of figure, we kind of see whether he doesn't really want this responsibility. He doesn't want to be the Antichrist. He's kind of upset about it at first. He finds the 666 hidden in his hair. He knows there's another Satanist played by... Lance Henriksen. I can't believe I couldn't think of his name. He kind of plays the same role as Miss Baylock from the first movie. It is pretty similar to the original. There's a lot of the same scenes are kind of rehashed. Anybody who suspects Damien is killed in a gruesome way. He's adopted by his aunt and uncle this time, who they're not as memorable and as fun as the parents in the first movie. Damien's played by Jonathan Scott Taylor, who does a good job. And as I said, he's got a lot of lines this time. The first movie, he didn't have much to do. He barely had any dialogue. This movie, he's the main character, and we really get to know him as a kid. I thought that was definitely a good way to continue the story. Seeing him get older and seeing him kind of, eventually embrace what he is, but at first he's kind of hesitant. Definitely a solid sequel. He'll probably get his own review here eventually, but definitely check it out. See him, all the grisly events that occur and bring about the horrific and cruel demise at the end. As I said, great way to continue the story. Then we have the Omen 3. Final conflict, where Damien's all grown up and played by Sam Neill. He's an adult now. He's becoming a senator, U.S. ambassador to England. He's becoming powerful, and he's finally bringing about the horrifying biblical prophecy that's going to be fulfilled. He faces his own demons and everything, and very interesting. Sam Neill plays a great villain. It's a little different. This movie's way different from the first two, that Damien's not a child anymore, and that was kind of the appeal, was an evil child, which was different. But, I'll be right out. Still a pretty good movie. I like Sam Neill. Always liked him, like, in the Jurassic Park films and stuff. He plays a good Damien. But again, it's kind of missing something that the first two films had. It's kind of, I don't know, it's definitely my least favorite of the first three. And it's a little different, but it's still good. It's still worth a watch. It's cool to see the story conclude. It's the conclusion of the Damien story. They probably should have kept that to last one, because then we got Omen 4, The Awakening. Omen 4, The Awakening. This time it's a little girl, and I think this is like a TV movie. Came out in the 90s, I believe. Early 90s, 91 probably. It's an evil little girl, essentially the same thing. Very forgettable, very boring. I don't know. It's just a rehash of the first movie with a little girl instead of a little boy. It's really nothing special. Pretty sure it's a TV movie, as I said. The acting's not that good. I don't know. I think the little girl has, I don't even remember what her name is. I never cared for this one. There's a few bone-chilling twists, and the mysterious little girl, Delia, that's her name. She's adopted by a well-to-do couple. Strange things happen. People grow suspicious. Blah blah blah. Same old story. Just less, but not done. Not done quite as well as the other movies. I'd say skip it. It's nothing special. Then we have the remake. The Omen was remade in 2006. What was the point? This is totally unnecessary. It's not a bad remake. It's not one of the worst ones. Liev Schreiber's good. He's no Gregory Peck. The kid who plays Damien, I think he's a little more evil looking, actually, but he was kind of annoying in this one. I kind of just wanted to, this kid just got on my nerves. This is almost a shot-for-shot remake, like the 1998 Psycho. Just what's even the point? There's some differences, there's some things they did a little differently, but it doesn't bring anything new to the table. Just rehashing the same exact movie. It's like, why even do that? What was the point? I don't know. I don't like it. I don't care for it. I think there's no point. The only reason I have it is because it came with a box set. All 5 of them came in a box set. So the covers look similar. I'd say skip the remake, skip part 4. Definitely see the first 3, for sure. I don't know why they bothered to remake it. What was the point? What they should have done is had the original ending from the screenplay of the first film. They should have changed the ending so people wouldn't have seen that coming. People would have seen the original and seeing this updated version. They should have went to the original ending, the happy ending, even though it's not really a happy ending. They should have done that. Then it would have brought something new to the table. That would have been different. That would have its own identity. Then it would do exactly what remakes should do, is do something new. Don't just rehash the same story, almost shot for shot, like the Psycho remake did. Some of the kill scenes are done, differently. We still have the beheading, the impaling. Both of them look fake with CGI and, probably, fake-looking blood and stuff. It's pointless. But anyway, check out The Omen from 1976. This is a great movie. Definitely a must-have for horror fans. Give it a watch. Alright, guys, I'm Hellhound. Thank you for watching. Until next time.